So listen up here. Let me tell y'all something. So went to Meyer up here on Grand River near 6 Mile. Now, whoever know me know that's my stove. Went up there, back hurting like I don't know what. We all know that I got a handicap plate. I goes and it's a pregnant lady. She don't got a handicap plate, but she pregnant, and I know what it's like being pregnant and just can't. But she got the spot right near the door, and she moving. And you know, I had came around and noticed, oh, she coming out. She putting her groceries up. So it was a security guard, and he was parked all wild in a spot next to where a handicap spot would be, in the lanes back behind where I was. But I'm, you know, more out the way where I was until she moved. And she wasn't not even a whole 60 seconds before she got in her car and moved. But he pulls up on the side of me, and I didn't pay no attention to him, because what you pulling up on the side of me for? Blocking traffic. But he pulls up on the side of me, and then he starts blowing his horn. So I turn around and look at him. He like, so I say, you know, I'm about to park where she at. He talking about, we'll go around. Now, if I go around and somebody take this spot, I'm whooping your ass. So to avoid all that extra talk, because I'm not a talker, I just turn and ignore him. She moves out the spot. I move in the spot. He going about his business. Now my problem is, somebody was parked just like I was sitting in this lane in front of me, and it wasn't a parking spot. He drove right past them. Why you bothering me? I goes in the store, and all I was going in there for was like some milk. I go in there, and it's crowded in there. But I go get the milk. I wait in line. It's about a 20-minute store run because it was packed. I go past the people that's standing at the door, the workers, and I say, y'all better get Officer Doofy. Because yes, he was a white man harassing people. Because little did, you know, I forgot to mention that after he bothered me, he circled the lot, and when I was getting out the car, he bothered an elderly couple who was at one of the posts up against the building, but it was beyond the bottle return doors. No doors that anybody could enter at, not blocking any traffic, but they were putting groceries in their car, and he told them they gonna have to move, as he proceeded to park back where he was. So he had them roll their window down and tell them to move. Why you bothering them old people? You see that they old and they can't. But before I left, I go and I tell them, y'all better get Officer Doofy, because he's outside harassing people at this point. Because it ain't no reason why he should be bothering people, and traffic is still moving. Ain't nobody parked in the middle of the street. Nobody out there beefing. Ain't nobody arguing. Ain't nobody blowing horns at each other. Everybody is civil. So it's a one to abuse power, or I just got this job, I'm about to do the best I can do on my first day as doofus. So I'm like, y'all better get him, because if I act like the day I'm having, I'm gonna beat his ass. And I tell him what he doing, And I was like, but I don't know if it's the Cadillac still out there. But it was parked exactly how he was. The Cadillac still sitting there. And I was like, but he was sitting out there. And he parked wild out there. Just like, worse than how the Cadillac was sitting. And I was sitting just like the Cadillac. Lo and behold, the Cadillac's still there. Lo and behold, he's sitting out there parked wild like he was. And the person said, oh no, he out here parked wild himself. And he bothering somebody else. They was like, the manager ain't out here. He out there at the gas station. So I say, okay. So I say, yeah, y'all better get him before he get his ass whooped. And it's an older lady sitting there waiting for her. I found out her husband was coming to pull up on her so she didn't have to walk. And she's shaking her head like, that's a shame. So I get in my car, I put my groceries in, her husband pulls up the car. And they switch sides. She gets in the driver's seat. Lo and behold, Officer Doofy comes and bothers her. So I gets out the car and I tell him he better move the fuck on before I come beat his ass. Because you just saw her get in the car and about to pull off. And he said, ma'am, can't nobody block this door. And I say, and did you see her block anything? She's getting in the car to leave. And I said, get in your car because you're blocking the door. So if that's your family member, yeah, you right there. If that's your family member, you better go get him. Because he might not be so lucky running into me. He might run into somebody else. Or somebody that grandma go tell that he talked to her wrong. Because he out there reckless. And he right next to Brightmouth. So y'all better get y'all family member. Because don't nobody care that it's a police station right there. So y'all check on y'all people.